What do you think you need to like watch an entire show to review it? Because who was it that went through this? Some critic went through this.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, some critic.
Your movie sucks.
Your movie sucks, right?
You wouldn't watch all the movies to the end because you'd get. But I think if you drop a show, like I feel like if you're giving it praise, I feel like you can't give it praise and only have watched half of it.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
That doesn't make any sense.
If you drop a show, it's got to be normally a negative review. Right?
Where do you all stand on that? Like the whole, can you review a movie or a show without having watched
if
all of
the
it?
movie is so bad or boring or uninspired and you're halfway through it, I think it's totally valid to be like, listen, I've got a bunch of other movies to watch. This clearly isn't gonna, it's already been so bad in the first 50 minutes. How is it gonna turn it all around?
But here's the question. In a reviewing capacity, though, as a viewer, I think, of course, you don't have to watch every finish.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna definitively be like, this movie is bad or this movie is good, but you don't watch the whole thing, do you think that's valid?
If your job is a movie reviewer, I think it's valid. You're watching so many movies.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on like. I think it depends on like a case by case basis, but like at the end of the day, if a piece of media is so bad that a reviewer cannot finish it, that even if it gets better,
it's a powerful statement.
Then it's a powerful combination.
Shut the fuck up.
If an anime is bad up to a certain point, then you got to admit that there is something about the show that a lot of people would not be able to get through because it is bad. But in a reviewing capacity,
see, I completely disagree. I mean, not with you, but with you, I think.
You disagree with me.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We already did.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to definitively review something, you have to watch the whole thing.
Okay,
I think that's the minimum you have to do.
Especially when it's a TV series as well, I feel.
Yeah. Like,
because it can very quickly change and turn among
we brought up
different
Clannad,
episodes.
right?
Yeah.
Clannad, I could not authoritatively be like, Clannad is bad all the way through, or it's just bad. Because when I finally sat down and watched, and like the last 11 episodes are quite good.
But
counterpoint then, because I got
Sure.
Do you think you need to watch all of One Piece in order to be able to review it?
Yeah.
Right?
Like there's some shows where the length is so absurd
that
like it would be completely unrealistic to expect like a reviewer who's their job to get through all of this media.
Yeah.
And also, imagine how much you would fucking hate your job if you were like, I have to review One Piece.
And that's why I stopped reviewing anime.
I think with One Piece, you're not gonna no one is gonna be like, I'm gonna review all of it as a whole. Usually, if you're reviewing One Piece, you're going like episode by episode, or at least arc by arc.
Yeah, because like I feel like you need to watch enough of something to at least get a taste or a feeling about what this show is about and what it can achieve. Because like to me, if I hear someone like judge One Piece, I ask, okay, how far have you gotten, right? Yeah. Like if someone drops it in like the first few arcs, I'm just like, well, you didn't even scratch the surface into what One Piece can do. If they watch until Alabasta, they still don't like it, I'm like, okay, I understand. Maybe One Piece just isn't for you at that point,
I think it's all about like what percentage of the overall show you actually consume, right? Because it's like, if you, as you said with the One Piece thing, if you only watched like up until the Alabasta arc, in retrospect, that's a very small percentage of the show. That's only a bite size.
Still fucking massive.
We still have to be specific though on reviewing capacity.
Yeah.
And just casual viewing. Of course, no one has to watch all of One Piece to be like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Like if you're just watching, you're like, I'm not really into it. Like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I often tell people, I say, kind of like what you said, if you watch Arlong Park and after that still don't give a shit, then I don't think it's gonna work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it's like, okay, let's say, like you said, as a casual viewer, it doesn't matter if you drop it, right?
Yeah.
But for me as well, it's like if the reviewer also feels the same way where he's like, I'm cutting out here. I'm like, okay, that's something I can kind of relate to. Because I wouldn't sit through it and just dredge through it just because I feel like I have to finish it.
It's going to depend on the context of what the reviewer is doing, right? If the reviewer is like, if someone just asking it, what do you think about One Piece? It's like, oh, I watched up to this point, it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
That's fine. But if you're putting out like a video like, is One Piece good or bad or whatever, like...
That's such a loaded question as well.
and also, bringing in like a long show like One Piece, then you're going to have some exceptions. Because that would be something you would expect to be reviewed in chunks.
Yeah.
Right?
But if it's a 12-episode show, then I think...
It's like, or even like a 2 core, like watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
And a movie in particular, it's like...
I do agree. Like with a movie, you should finish it before you review it. I mean, you can stop, as a viewer, but if you're reviewing it, if it's a movie, I do think you should.
I don't know, man. I can only imagine the life of a movie reviewer as hell, because you have to watch. Most films are mediocre, like that come out, right?
Yeah.
Like, think about all the movies that came out last year, and how many of them.
Well, that's true with like every piece of media, right?
That's
Like,
truth. Yeah.
What was it like
Right, but,
Sturgeon's Law or something?
I would not expect any sane human to sit through all of these movies and then be like, yeah, this was really, really bad, but I just finished it. Because to me, it's like, if the first half was super shit, but it got amazing in the second half, that it would still lose marks or points in your head for having the really shit first half.
Yeah.
Like I dropped 86. Everyone got really annoyed that I didn't like 86. I just thought it was so boring, and I watched 9 episodes of a show.
Yeah.
That is so much time.
But you're not reviewing it. You're just viewing it.
No, I know, yeah, but I mean, I guess I have my
But
pseudo
he
review.
gave his opinion on Trash Taste, therefore he's a
Yeah.
reviewer now.
I said it was just boring, and I didn't enjoy it, and I was 9 episodes.
I
in.
mean, listen, I watched one episode of No Game No Life, thought it was dog shit, and stopped watching. So, I'm with you. Like, I do intend to sit down and watch it at some point and actually watch it. But as a casual viewer, I was like, I don't like this at all. But like, I think
It's a good show.
yeah,
Yeah.
even if with them,
Game No Life.
like the
The movie was fucking
okay.
boring, but the TV series was pretty good.
okay,
Yeah.
I think also some shows are just not for me. But
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course. Yeah.
But yeah, I think with the movie, I mean, I don't know. I do board game reviews, right?
Yeah.
I played a lot of shit games.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
those take even longer than movies. Some games take like 6 hours to play, and then you're done. You're like, that was throughout horrible. I guess for me, if I'm gonna review something,
Yeah.
you wanna.
I have to be like, because there can be aspects near the end. Sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It got really interesting. And
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
I
And
guess
vice versa.
I guess that's why with reviewers, it's kind of like, you got to find the reviewer that you kind of have the similar
Sure.
Yeah.
outlook on movies
Yeah.
or media.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, I like it when my reviewer is like, this movie was so shit, I had to drop it 50 minutes in. Even though it's my job to finish this, it's that bad that I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when it's that bad, but like I think there's a lot of like anime, especially where it's like, yeah, the first half or the first couple of episodes is like really fucking a weak start, right? But it could have an ending that's like surprisingly good. And I feel with anime, there's a lot more where it's vice versa, where
Yeah.
the start is really really
Yeah, and then
strong,
they drop the
and
ball.
then the
Yeah.
ending is just dog shit. Like Dead Man Wonderland's like a great example, where it's like first couple of episodes were fucking like, oh my god, this is insane, and then it was just dog shit near the end, right?
Yeah, the
But like you
manga-
wouldn't have
manga
known
sucked
that,
at the
yeah, and the manga as well, right? But like you
Yeah.
wouldn't have known that if you didn't stick through it to the end.
Yeah. I mean, that's like most seasonal anime nowadays, where
Yeah.
you watch the first 3 episodes and you're like, damn, this fucking slaps.
Like they put all the effort into the first 3.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It's just because of the way that they make manga, right? Like you have to have the good initial sales.
They got to hook
Yeah.
you
So they
in.
go
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
with
yeah.
the first few chapters, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we didn't plan this far ahead."
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
falls off. But like Clanad, right? I would never judge someone and be like, "That's fucked up." They were like, "Clanad was so boring, I couldn't make it to After Story." I'm
No,
like,
I totally.
I think that is
am okay
very
with that.
fair. It's
Yeah.
unreasonable to be like, you have to watch 25 episodes before it gets good.
Well, same with Steins
That's
Gate as
fucking
well, right?
stupid.
Like
Isn't it
Steins
weird?
Gate is like, it's like, oh, the first 11 episodes are boring as shit. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. But like, the second half is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I think bottom line, it's like, it just really depends on, for casual viewers, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
reviewers, your
Yeah.
mileage is going to vary.
I think so.
Isn't it weird now that saying like you have to like suffer through 25 episodes and that just feels so long? But like back in the day, I remember I would gladly watch like 2 seasons of a show, like in order before it gets good. That was
Sure.
just like, okay, easy.
Naruto.
Yeah.
50 episodes of One Piece until Arlong Park. That's
Yeah,
I can get through
easy.
that in a fucking
It was
day.
50 episodes until Arlong Park.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, okay.
The anime
is very dragged
The anime
out.
pacing of One Piece is awful, which
God.
is why if you
Well, same with DBZ, right? And like all those shows back then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,